Hey guys, we are back here in Nature's Neighborhood, and today we are going to meet a silky chicken. But before we do that, we're going to give you guys a few minutes to tune in. You're going to look all around Nature's Neighborhood and see all the cool things that hopefully you'll be able to get back here soon and enjoy. And while we're waiting for that though, we can do a few shout outs. Let us know that you can hear us, you can see us, and everything is good to go. And as soon as we get a few people in here, we will start chatting about chickens. All right, as we said, we are live here in Nature's Neighborhood. We are in the first room that when you enter into the indoor area of Nature's Neighborhood. Hi, Grayson and Carter. Thanks for joining us this morning. We are going to be talking to Josh in our education department, and he has a very vocal chicken with us here this morning. Before we came on camera, he had an awful lot to say. He's kind of quiet right now though, but I'm pretty sure you guys will hear him soon. Hi Aubrey, hi Layla, hi Paisley, hi Kaylee, Miles, and Scarlett. Good morning, Beth. Hi, Colton and Cassidy. Thanks for tuning in today, everybody. Thanks for letting us know it sounds good, Sue. Good morning to Ruth and Napoleon. Hi, Sophia. Hi, Dominic, Casey, and Maverick. Thanks for letting us know we're good, Ruth. Hi, Tabby. Hi, Max. Hi to Abby in Perrysburg. She asked, could we please visit the reptile house one of these days? We will add that to the list, guys. Hi, Kenzie and Samuel. Hi, Nathan. Absolutely. Hi, Athena. Hi, Caden. Hi, Lily in Pennsylvania. All right. So before we start chatting a little more about chickens, and we will get to your question there, Ashley, we'll say hi to Morgan and Bennett, Miles, and Lucy. We are going to be talking chickens here in a few minutes, but we wanted to remind you guys of all the ways you can connect with us. Go to ToledoZoo.org to check out our education department's virtual classrooms. They're adding some new horticulture classes this coming up. They're going to be talking orchids and carnivorous plants and how to care for them and how we grow them here at the zoo. So it could be a really interesting addition to your science classes out there. You can sign up for those. $3 for members, $5 for non-members. We are still doing our meals on the go from our executive chef. This week's entree options are hot turkey and beef stew. So get your orders in now, ToledoZoo.org, and you can pick those up Tuesdays and Thursdays from 4 to 6 p.m. curbside at the Broadway entrance. Also, if you're looking for ways you can help sustain your zoo during this difficult time, we have a donate button. We have a Facebook fundraiser that's going through tomorrow. And we also have ToledoZoo.org/donate you guys can check out. So thank you so much for all of your support, tuning in each weekday to see us. We hope you enjoyed our debut of story time and craft time this weekend. We're going to hope to add some more of those for you, so stay tuned. And now Josh is going to join us, and we are chatting chickens. So Josh, introduce us to our chicken here.
Well, it's great to be back. This is KP, and KP is what's called a silky chicken. Silky chickens are a domestic breed of chicken, and KP happens to be a rooster, so he is a male chicken. And male chickens are sometimes known for making a lot of noise. I'm sure you can mimic the chicken noise, a nice strong cock-a-doodle-doo.
Yeah.
So if we're lucky, we might get a little bit of that from him today. The first thing I want to point out while I'm holding him is why he's called a silky chicken. If you look, his feathers look extra fluffy. If you were to look at a bird outside, if you think of a goose or a duck, their feathers are really streamlined and not this fluffy. That's because silky chickens lack the little barbs that help connect a feather together. So he looks puffy instead of really streamlined. But these are feathers. They're not fur, just a modified feather. And he looks like this because he was bred to look like this. So people thought that this looked really fancy with the top knot and the fluffy feathers. So that's why a silky chicken looks like this. Now he's a white silky chicken. There are silky chickens of all different colors, some tawny colored, black, brown, all sorts of colors. He is used to walking around, so we're going to set him down and see if he'll walk for us while we talk a little bit more about silky chickens. You'll also notice another distinct thing about this silky chicken is that he has feathers that cover his feet as well. So chickens like to explore. They're a true omnivore. So they're going to eat grain and seeds. They'll also eat little insects, small animals that they can find. Now, our silky chicken, being a rooster, really wants to impress some hens sometimes. So we might see him do a little dance too. So it's not going to be a floss or a dab or anything like that. What he kind of does is stick out one wing and spin in a little bit of a circle. Now, I'm not sure that would look impressive to you or me, but maybe if we had a hen here, it would be really impressive to that hen. Back to his little sound. So right now he's just kind of checking things out. But if he does make a cock-a-doodle-doo sound, that's a sound that a lot of people have confusion on why a rooster would crow like that. It's actually a territorial sound. And a rooster makes that sound in the morning, basically saying, everything that can hear my call is mine. So he may take ownership of nature's neighborhood. He has before. So we might hear that today. He thinks everything is his. That way, if there was a rival rooster in here, that rooster would be aware that this is KP's territory. You better be careful. Other things about chickens. They are a bird, and they have all the common body parts that birds have. It's hard to tell, but he has wings. Chickens can fly, just not as well. And when it comes to chickens flying, the silky chicken is even a little bit less effective than your average chicken because those feathers don't connect as well. Another really interesting thing is that silky chickens have black skin, black bones, and black muscles. That is something that actually a handful of breeds of chickens have developed. It was a mutation in the domestication process, and it's rather unique. So animals in the wild don't exhibit that, but some domestic breeds of chickens do. And you might see a little bit of blue on the side of his head. Underneath those feathers, those are his earlobes. So he's mostly white on the outside, a hint of blue, but everything underneath is going to be a black color.
That's amazing. He is so cute, and everybody's commenting, he is just so cute. Yes, he totally is. And Sophia, yes, they do come in different colors. Can you mention again what those colors are?
They can be a variety of colors, especially since this is a domestic breed. We love our white chicken, but they can be black, brown, kind of a gray, a tawny colored, so all different colors. If you can imagine a chicken that color, there are silky chickens of that color.
And Nathan asks, are they blind? He has a lot of feathers around his eyes. But
he doesn't have really good vision because of the feathers blocking their eyes. If you notice, he's going head down a lot, getting pretty close to the ground. That's because the vision is a little bit obstructed by feathers. But they do have eyesight. They have really good sense of hearing, too. So he's able to make his way around, definitely.
Trenton, Ashley, and Dad want to know, what is his favorite food to eat?
Do you know, he eats a lot of different things. Here he gets kind of a grain-type pellet as his primary diet.
And Cooper asks, can he fly?
Can he fly? What is it that Buzz Lightyear says? Falling with style? That's probably a little more accurate for our chicken here. Chickens in general can fly, but this one's not that great at it.
Not so good at flying. These feathers, these aren't built for flying.
No,
huh?
not at all.
And Lane,
we're seeing a little dance.
He's showing
there.
me the dance. Look at that. And that is impressive, sir. All right, and Lane and Ella want to know how many types of chickens are there?
Oh, there are hundreds of types of chickens in the world. Because they're domesticated, they're different sizes, different shapes. Our chicken here is about a 3-pound chicken, which is near average. He's a smaller type of chicken overall. Chickens live anywhere from 5 to 10 years. Our chicken right here is going to be 7 years old this year, so right in the middle of that.
And that perfectly answers Emma's question of how old is he? So he's about 7. And Sue wants to know, how do they stay clean?
How do they stay clean? Well, do you know what? Like any bird, he'll do some preening, so he can clean some of his feathers. He'll also molt his feathers. So when his feathers get old or worn out, they fall out and new feathers grow underneath.
And Andrew asks, do they live in the Arctic?
Oh, you know, it might look like he's from the Arctic with this fluffy white, and those feathers do help him to stay warm. The Arctic is a little too cold for a silky chicken.
Max wants to know, how do you tell a male from a female silky chicken?
Well, it can be really hard to tell a male and a female silky chicken because of how the feathers cover them. A male chicken actually has a really pronounced comb and wattles. Those are the fancy things that they have on their head, and they tend to be larger, but his feathers cover that. But we know also from the degree of crowing that he does that KP is definitely a rooster.
All right. And Colton, Cassidy, and Isabel ask, where do they live?
Where do they live? Do you know, this is a domestic breed. Those of you that might be familiar with 4-H or go to a county fair may have seen silky chickens before. So at this point, they're worldwide.
Jordan says, can we visit him when we come to the zoo?
You can, yeah. He actually lives with our goats. So when you come and visit the goats, look for him. He's obviously a lot smaller than our goats, but he might be in his own little enclosure right by the goats.
And Gibson wants to know if he's eating now as he's pecking the ground.
Do you know what? There's nothing that is food on this floor, but that doesn't stop him from checking things out.
Luke wants to know what color this chicken's eggs are.
Ooh, yeah. Do you know, even though he's black, well, a rooster doesn't have eggs, but the silky chicken hen lays like a cream-colored egg.
Okay. And going on with that, Lane and Ella ask, how many eggs can they lay at a time?
Do you know, these chickens are not known for their egg production. They're really good at raising chicks, though. So they're what's called a brood chicken sometimes. So that means when they lay eggs, the hen goes right into caring for those eggs right away, where other chickens wait until their full clutch is laid. This chicken averages about 3 eggs a week when it's in its peak egg production, and that's not a lot compared to some other breeds of chicken. And
Caitlin wants to know, why is his beak black?
Do you know what? Oh.
There we go.
Well, is that a good enough answer for you? I hope so. Do you know what? Actually, everything except for his earlobes underneath the feathers is black for him.
All right. Catherine asks, how big is the biggest silky chicken?
Yeah. Do you know what? He's wondering if there's any roosters out there. That territory is probably his too now.
Mm-hmm.
So
he's going worldwide.
So here. He's really average size. So he weighs about 3 pounds. a big silky chicken isn't the largest type of chicken. So it could be a little bit bigger than 3 pounds, but not significantly bigger. It's really hard to tell how big he is because of how fluffy he is.
Absolutely. And Jesslyn, if you're seeing the images right now, I think we've got your answer to if they shed. I'm seeing 3 little white feathers on the floor over here right now. Yes, they shed.
Yeah, so this feather really gives us a good view of how fluffy an individual feather is and how it doesn't connect like most bird feathers do. And that's what makes them silky. There are other silky animals, like a silky dove, for example. Again, they're a domesticated dove that has feathers similar to this chicken.
How neat. And Jordan wants to know, when is their molting season?
Do you know, this is a chicken that really kind of loses feathers periodically. There are different things that might encourage a chicken to go into molt. In the wild, a bird might go to molt with a change of season or the availability of food. Since our chicken stays in a relatively constant temperature and gets a good food supply, it doesn't have that same molting behavior in terms of a season. Instead, it loses its feathers gradually.
Caden, Jace, and Gina want to know if we'll be breeding him.
Do you know what? He is our only silky chicken. So, no, he's a happy bachelor right now.
And Grace Grace asks, how long is it?
How long is it? Well, he's maybe a little over a foot long if you go from beak to tail.
All right. And tell them again where they can see KP when they come to the zoo.
Yeah, KP lives with our goats. So he's in an enclosure just adjacent to the goats. So the goats are a little easier to find. If you find the goats, you'll find KP. He also is a star of our show in Nature's Neighborhood. So if you check out one of our children's animal shows, you'll hear him crowing and see him dancing on the stage too.
Very cool. And we do those mainly in the summertime, Memorial Day to Labor Day, right?
Yep. And there's multiple times during the day. And like I said, he's one of the stars.
So we are absolutely hopeful that everybody can come enjoy those shows this summer. Henry asks, how many types of chickens do you have at the zoo?
Ooh, that's a great question. Do you know, he is the only ambassador animal chicken that we have. I don't know how many the bird department has. We have had jungle fowl, which is more of a wild-looking chicken, and there are many chicken relatives. Some zoos actually use chickens to help incubate eggs from other birds that might not be good parents. Chickens and doves play an important role in some bird conservation. I am not certain whether our zoo has a brood chicken like that at this time.
Marilyn asks, Josh, why do you like your job?
Why do I like my job? Well, do you know what? It's a great combination of talking to people and hanging out with amazing animals.
All right, let's see. Matt wants to know why that chicken is looking at him.
Well, do you know what? Matt, maybe your territory is pretty tempting. Mm-hmm. Can you crow like a chicken?
I think if he heard it, Matt, he'd definitely be looking at you.
There we go. Sorry, Matt. He now owns your space, too.
That was perfectly on cue. Thanks, KP. Very good. Too cute. All right. Dominic would like to know the color. You interrupted Dominic's question. Dominic wants to know what color and size the eggs are.
They're average chicken egg size, so the same type that you might get from the store. They're a little more creamy colored than the white eggshell that you see.
Gemma asks, where are his eyes?
His eyes are hidden underneath feathers on the top of his head. So they're there. He definitely can see. He can hear. It's just hard to see his eyes.
I just love it. Paisley would like to know where they sleep.
Where they sleep. So his current enclosure is here in Nature's Neighborhood. and he sleeps in our barn area. So he has some different nesting boxes he can go into and get nice and warm. Kind of just fluffs his feathers up and tucks his head in, and he's as good at sleeping as he is at crowing.
All right. And Eli says, do they have a good grip with their feet?
Do you know, they don't necessarily have a good grip. They're not a perching bird, so his foot is more flat, meant for walking. It does have claws, and he does, like other roosters, have a talon or a spur, but he's not really good at perching. If it's something flat, like a fence post kind of thing, he could sit on that, but he's not going to be able to sit on a thin branch.
And I think KP wants to answer his own questions.
That's right, yeah.
Henry asks, does he play with other chickens?
Well, he's the only chicken that we have here in our ambassador animal collection. So no, he doesn't play with other chickens, but we do have the goats that are right in with him or next to him.
All right, Josh, can you answer the age-old question from Kristen? Which came first, the chicken or the egg?
Well, considering this is a rooster, maybe we should go with chicken. But if we're talking eggs in general, definitely eggs from different animals came long before the chicken.
Jody asks, any plans of getting him a partner?
Do you know what? I'll let him speak for himself there.
I think he likes being a bachelor. That's what I took from that. Athena says that she loves chickens. Do you love chickens too?
Who can't love a chicken like this?
They're so cute. They're so cute. Joe asks, what's his wingspan?
He's got a pretty small wingspan, especially compared to his size. That's another contributing factor of why a chicken isn't that great at flying. His wings each are only about a foot long, so his whole wingspan would be just over 2 feet from tip to tip, which is not super impressive for a bird this size.
Not really. Logan wants to know if chickens have noses.
Well, they have the beak, which is kind of a combination of a nose and a mouth. On their beak, at the very top of it, are 2 holes called nares, and that's what they breathe through. So they do have a nose, it just doesn't look like our nose.
Fair enough. Ashley asks, do the females crow too or just cluck?
Do you know, a female can make some loud noises. It's not nearly as loud as impressive as a rooster's noise, but they can get pretty loud. Territory isn't the only reason why a chicken and a rooster might make a loud noise. If something disturbs them, they see a predator, those might be things too. But you would see a different behavior going on and some agitation. He is crowing to claim everything that he sees.
And he is wandering around, so he's seeing quite a bit around here that he has now claimed as his. Kelly and Carly asks, how old is KP?
He's going to be 7 in June.
All right. And how old can they get?
Average age for a chicken would be 10 years old. There are chickens that have lived longer than that, but 10 is the expected lifespan.
Jordan asks, what kind of enrichment do we do for our silky chicken here?
Sure. So in his enclosure, he has like nest boxes that he can go in. So what you would think of as kind of a traditional box type environment. He has some large branching that he can walk on to exercise his feet. Earlier, you could see he was really exploring and getting down, looking at things. So his bedding is a cedar chip that helps to give him a lot to explore, and taking him to different places. On a nice warm day, we take him to the backyard area of Nature's Neighborhood, let him walk around and explore there too. So he gets plenty of enrichment.
And as Mal says, he just loves to crow.
He does.
Oh, we love it. All right, Amy asked, do females look the same?
They look very similar. They're a little bit smaller, but again, it's hard to tell the size of the actual bird when you have a lot of fluffy feathers.
Yeah. And what are their predators?
Well, they're a domestic chicken, so people are going to be caring for them and protecting them, but depending on the region of the world, a large bird of prey, a small predator like a fox. So there's a lot of things that could hunt a chicken. Hopefully, those chickens are well protected by whoever their owner is.
All right, I think this sounds like an awesome question to end with here, guys. Camden needs to know, can KP do the chicken dance?
Can he do the chicken dance? Well, do you know what? He did a little dance earlier. I wouldn't call it the chicken dance, but it's his chicken dance, which is probably a little more authentic. So if you're looking for some good exercise, rewind this video, learn his dance, and let's see pictures of you dancing KP's chicken dance.
There you go. We'll take pictures. KP really wants to see your guys' chicken dances, so send those in to us. And thanks for tuning in today and chatting with chickens. This is KP and Josh, and we're going to say goodbye for now, guys. We'll see you again tomorrow.